just especially for young men.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I don't think anyone ever questions the necessity of a mother, right?
Right.
Like,
We all understand we need our moms.
there's been this several decades ago. There was a very intentional push for the concept of men and fathers being merely an option, right? This was pushed by the feminist movement.
Yeah.
It was pushed in
The welfare
media,
state,
in TV. It was promoted through the welfare policies and so on. And there's just been this notion, and it still exists to some degree, and millions of women in the West have bought into it, that men are just optional and that fathers being present aren't, like men are just sperm donors, essentially. And them being involved is not that important. And look, I'm not, to be clear, I'm not letting men off the hook at all either. There's so many men who have not stepped up to that responsibility. They've gotten a woman pregnant and then just disappeared out the picture, or they haven't done, they've checked out. They've, abstained from that responsibility. And then of course, the state will come after them and all of that. So this is something that it doesn't have. I think another reason why people don't like discussing it is because it's not a political solution. It's not a fast solution. This is a generational thing. Yeah. This is something that it's up to the next generation. People can recognize, okay, like a lot of people in that past generation kind of messed that up and didn't do that very well and set a good example. So maybe in our generation and future generations, we need to do that. We need to do that better, at least try to, right? I think there's a big difference in a society between having a standard and an ideal, and then understanding and being compassionate and empathetic, recognizing that for a billion different reasons, not everyone is going to reach that. Right. Versus trying to obliterate and remove the standard and ideal completely. Yeah. Right. You see this in various things. I feel the same way with the fat acceptance, so-called body positivity thing, right? Of course, like there are so many reasons. It's not hard to understand. And I talk about it as a Brit all the time, even having that perspective of like, man, like it's no surprise so many people in the US